This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 4310 Coronet Drive, Encino, California, 91316. Today is March 13th, 2023. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located in the plant area just to the right of the walkway as you approach the front door. This is our 4-inch Again, this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here, located underneath a green sewer box cover. This goes towards our front door, and this goes out towards the driveway area at the rear of the property. And this goes down the hill towards the street. And so what we're going to do is we're going to zero out here at the top of our cleanout. And we're just going to drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. So it does appear to be ABS plastic pipe and fittings. So again, we've got some water running just to help us push out. And we're just going to continue to push out, make a little bit of a turn. And again, it does appear to be black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're going to utilize this water to help us push out. Again, we'll just continue to push out, and as we push out, it does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay. So we're going to pause here for a moment, and we're going to locate this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. It's just on the left of the driveway as you're coming up along the small planter wall, and we did mark it with a red flag at approximately 2 foot 3 inches deep. As you can see, you do got a fairly large offset in this area here. So again, we're just going to go ahead and attempt to jump up and over this. Again, we do got some root intrusion. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. Continue to push out. We're going to come up on our next joint, just take a good look. And again, in that joint there, you can see that we do have a crack right around the 3 o'clock going all the way up and around the 6 o'clock with some root intrusion in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to push out. And again, more root intrusion in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to push out. And again, we do have some more root intrusion in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to push out. And again, more root intrusion in that joint. We'll pull back just a little bit. Appeared to possibly a little bit of an offset in that joint as well, but some root intrusion coming in at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to push out. And we're coming up on our next joint. And again, more root intrusion in that joint as well. And again, more root intrusion in that joint as well. Again, coming up on our next joint, you can see more root intrusion coming in that joint as well. The vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fitting does have quite a bit of root intrusions coming in through the joints. We'll pull back just a little bit and push in a little bit. Very difficult to tell, but it does appear to be possibly a crack right around the 3 o'clock area on the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings. Again, we're just going to push in slowly. And again, that is a large crack in the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, more root intrusion in that joint. We'll mark that area on the way back. So again, we're going to continue to push out. Coming up our next joint, again, more root intrusion. Again, we'll pull back just a little bit. We got some more root intrusion coming in that area there. You can see we push. You can see what appears to be another crack right around the 3 o'clock area as well. So again, we're going to push in slowly. And again, that joint with some more root intrusion. And we'll pull back a little bit. Again, more root intrusion coming into that joint there. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. It does appear to have an offset as well. And you can see here, this is our test tee. I'm going to push it just a little bit. All right, about there. We're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area at approximately 2 feet 1 inches deep, and it's right in the middle of the driveway, approximately 10 to 15 feet away from the swale, and that is the edge of the property line to the street. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. In that joint there, we did have some more root intrusion in that joint as well. So again, we did transition into our vitreous clay lateral, and again, more root intrusion in this joint. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. And we'll pull back a little bit. And push in slowly. Take a look here. That joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, we'll continue to push out. Coming up on our next joint. Again, a little more root intrusion in that joint as well. And again, we'll pull back. And that does appear to be a crack, and it does appear to be a full diameter crack in the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings. We are in between the two joints. So again, you can see that we do have a crack in that area, and that's in our street area. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we're coming up on our next joint. And again, a little more root intrusion coming into that joint as well. And it does appear that there is a crack right around the 9 o'clock area. We'll pull back just a little bit. Again, we do have some more root intrusion coming into that joint as well. So again, we're going to continue to push out. We'll pull back a little bit. And again, it does appear to possibly have a... We're going to pull back a little bit more. This could be possibly our joint here. And as we pull back a little bit more, this area here could possibly be another crack. Again, you can see from about the 3 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 9 o'clock area. You can see some pieces of vitreous clay there exposed. And again, we'll push in slowly. And as we push in slowly, we're coming up on what appears to be another joint. So again, we'll continue to push out. And right about here, you can see that this does appear to be the joint in the vitreous clay. So again, we'll continue to push out. And again, coming up on the next joint. And again, more root intrusion in that joint. So again, the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings basically has root intrusion throughout several joints, and it does have some cracks. So again, more root intrusion in that joint. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. And we'll continue to push out. And you can see here we do have a fairly large offset from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area there. So again, we'll continue to push out. again, a little more root intrusion coming in that joint there. So again, we'll continue to push out. More root intrusion in that joint as well. And we're coming up on the next joint. And that joint's got some root intrusion. And more root intrusion in that joint as well. Again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. Again, we'll continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of roots coming in right around the 3 o'clock. And again, we'll just continue to push out. And we got some more root intrusion coming in this joint here right around the 9 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to push out. We'll make a little bit of a turn. We got a little bit of an offset in that joint there. Okay, unfortunately we're unable to get past this area here. You can see that we do have some root intrusions in front of us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we are out towards the street area. It's a little bit deep, so we're unable to get an exact location, but we are bouncing around anywhere from 10 to 12 feet. But again, our locator is having a little difficult time to actually trying to get the actual depth. We do have a power box that's up against the curb there. So as you can see, we do have some root intrusion in that joint. So we're unable to get past that point. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly. As we pull back slowly, you can see that I did shut all our water down. So we're holding a little bit of water in that area. So again, the line would need to be hydrojetted. And you can see there, that's when we make that turn, we're just bouncing up against that offset. So we were right at the edge of our saddle. Right at the edge of the saddle there, so we were just unable to make that turn. And again, as I mentioned, we did have multiple root intruded joints throughout the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings. So we would recommend having the line hydrojetted and re-inspected. So again, more root intrusions throughout. So again, we'll just go ahead and continue to pull back. And we did get a look at all these joints on the way out. What we're going to do is we're going to pull back. I did notice possibly a tie-in as we were pushing out. So again, I'm just going to double check that area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. So again, in this area here, you can see that we have a large offset in this area. And again, that's out in our street. We'll make a little bit of a turn. And again, right here, you can see right around the 3 o'clock area, it does appear that we do have a tie-in in that area. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we did mention that it does appear that we do have an opening here right around the 3 o'clock area. And again, we asked the neighbor next door to see if they can flush the toilet, and again, we're not seeing any water passing through. So they're not tied into this. But again, we just had to double check because they are sharing a common driveway. So that could possibly be our test tee. And again, we'll continue to pull back. And we did locate an area on the way back that appeared to be an opening at the top. And that could possibly be an additional mainline sewer cleanout that was placed along the driveway. So we do have a really long driveway. So again, the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings does have quite a bit of root intrusions, and does have some cracks. So again, we would recommend having the line hydrojetted and re-inspected in order to determine the overall condition of the joints. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, we'll just continue to pull back. We'll make a little bit of a turn, pull back slowly, and again, it does appear to be an opening there at the top. I want to pull back slowly. Again, very difficult to tell. And again, once we get to the office, we can take a really good look at that area. And it appeared to possibly be either another fitting laying on its side or a clean out. So again, as I mentioned, the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings does have quite a bit of root intrusion throughout and would need to be hydrojetted and re-inspected. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, more root intrusion in that joint there. Again, in this area here, again, it does appear to be a crack on the side of the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings as well. But again, very difficult to tell. So once we get back to the office, we can blow these areas up and take a really good look. Again, more root intrusion. And again, more root intrusion. And again, you can see that what appears to be a crack on the side there right around the 3 o'clock. But again, those areas there are really difficult to tell. It could possibly be the casting in the vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, continue to pull back. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And get more root intrusion in that joint there. again, as I mentioned, we did have root intrusion throughout multiple joints throughout the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. Again, more root intrusion. What we're doing is going to head back towards our transition from black ABS, or from vitreous clay to black ABS sewer pipe. And right here is where we make our transition. You can see that we do have a large offset with some root intrusion in this transition. So again, as I mentioned, as we pull back, we transition back into black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue. We're going to push back in just a little bit more. Right about here, it does appear that we do have an opening. So we're going to push in just a little bit. We're going to locate that area. A little bit more right there. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. It is at 3 foot 0 inches deep in the planar area, just before the little planar wall. And again, it does appear to be another ABS mainline sewer clean out. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, all the black ABS sewer pipe appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we're just continuing to pull back, make a little bit of a turn. Heading back towards our clean out, and we're going to come up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer inspection.